Hello, in this video I'll tell you my notes from March 16th, 7:07 p.m., 7:06 p.m., 2013. This is after I got out of the Baker Act place. What do I want? I want time, health, money, peace, love, wife, maid, school. I have time, I have health, not money. I have peace, I have love from my son. And now it's September, same year. My son is my first disciple. And recently my daughter has begun doing Tai Chi Chuan and reading with me. The wife is giving me sex, but she still won't give me her brain. She won't think about anything. She's very reactive. I don't have a maid yet, but the wife is sort of like a maid. I want her to be greater than a maid, because a maid will clean everything and go shopping, but what about thinking? What do we do for next year? Do we do this? Do we do that? And a school would really help me, because I would get in better shape if I had more students. Alright, so we have tilapia. I need to read more on tilapia, more about tilapia. Dome homes, how to build them. Solar village, mechanics school, carpentry school, electricity school, English school, Tony Robbins school. Yeah, he's got a lot of questions that will actually help you become more intelligent. A shoemaking school, a moringa farm. What I'll give: advice on the internet. I'll write ebooks. I'll learn from videos. I'll donate things. And this note was for Mr. Hill, Napoleon Hill. He asked us to write down something. What do we want to do with our life? Alright, so my life is almost perfect, I have a bunch of hours of free time when the kids are in school. I would like them to be here at the house, because when they come back, they're too tired to do mental training, such as reading about electricity. Well, that's big enough. My daughter, she ended up reading, in this week so far, 2 emails from Joel Osteen about God, and yesterday's was about family on bikes. Nancy Sartre Vogel, she sends me emails. I subscribe to her newsletter. What would you do if you were not afraid? And her emails are about courage and what she wanted to do with her life. Particularly this past email was about, in her 20s she wanted to travel, so she did. In her 30s she wanted to be the best teacher she could be, so she did that. In her 40s she wanted to travel again, so she did, all the way to Alaska to Argentina on bicycle. In her 50s she doesn't want to travel. She wants to sit somewhere, sit still, or be still. Alright. She wants to write and develop her art, her artwork. Alright. To review my life, my childhood up to age 19 was just alone, because I didn't have a dad to read to me, and my mother, even though she would read to me she would also yell too much, to the point that I became very insecure. Now you could yell in front of me all day long. The only problem with that is I live in the United States and I'm not allowed to punch you in the nose, you know? That's the only problem I have with it. um, but I do behave differently with the spouse. I'm very serious. I just don't smile, and I keep away from her. When I go towards her to talk or something, she usually is too busy. Like yesterday, I went to talk to her, and she said, "No, I'm going to watch my novella." Well, she didn't say, but that's what she was watching. I said, "May I speak with you?" And she said, "No." What did I have to say? On a minor scale, I had to say that your cell phone just rang. I mean, that was minor. On a big scale, I said, well, why don't we do something like bring a person to live with us from another country? And she says, well, eventually she came over to give me sex, and she was falling asleep, and I was like, and I said, well, just go back and come back in the morning when you're awake. And she said, no, now or never. And I'm like, okay, now. And of course, she was talking to me a little bit, and she got angry. I told her, we could bring a family member. You've seen my brothers, the half brothers I have. They don't have shoes. They're very skinny. We could bring them over here legally with the the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 13.2. Everyone has the right to leave his or her country and to return to his or her country. All you need to do after that is look up World Citizen in the internet and send in $200 or so to get the passport, memorize the law, and then buy an airplane ticket and get over here. Or go wherever you want to go. I would check also if the country that you want to go to did sign the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, or if they're a member of the United Nations. I would check up both those things. So the spouse, why do I want to bring my brothers over here? Sure, to help them. It's another technique if we all think in selfish motives. Having my brothers here, I would feel better because I finally did something to help them. And the only thing I would actually do, the spouse would pay for the tickets and everything, but the only thing I would actually do would be like the intelligent one. I would just tell them what to do. Like, for instance, getting the World Citizen passport. Their headquarters, I think, is in Washington, D.C. Look up the story of Gary Davis. That's how I found out about this, just clicking away on YouTube. My grandpa told me to read Human Rights 20 years ago, and I did it when I was 40, He told me when I was 20 something. Oh boy. What can I tell you? My life is almost perfect. There's only one big problem, and that is the spouse. She doesn't think. She doesn't plan. She doesn't sit down to think, or she won't listen either. So in selfish reasons for me to bring my brothers, what would happen? Well, one, he could rent the room back there, $400 a month, and he could go to work with the spouse in the cafeteria. At the school. So that's what I was thinking. What do you do with a spouse that won't think? Even my daughter thinks more than my spouse. As far as, like, my daughter asked me, what can we do to bring Carlos over here? Now he's a minor though, 14 or so. So that one's more tricky because he doesn't have a mom. He has a lady from a high school friend of the spouses here. A high school friend is the only one that was willing to take care of this orphan child. My mother's looking through the window, it looks like. Bathroom window. I come out here to make the videos because in there she would hear these things and she would get upset. What's my mother up to? She's been calling people, and apparently she's moving out. She's been looking at different apartment buildings. Oh well, everything changes, I guess. Alright, don't give up on yourself, alright? Your life will improve. You have to find the right people though. And even this spouse will see things my way. Right now, she says, you make everything sound so easy. And she says that these laws, the human rights and everything, they don't really apply to common people. She says they only apply to the rich or the powerful. But I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. What Eleanor Roosevelt did when she got these things passed, she was sharing the power. As long as we do things in a spirit of brotherhood, we're not here to hurt anyone. The man in Honduras, that's my half-brother, all he wants to do, or I have two of them. Well, I actually have a bunch, but I know the two older ones. Those guys, all they want to do is work. And this would be the perfect opportunity, now that I have discovered something that was signed into law back in 1948. Everyone has a right to leave his or her country and to return to his or her country. And there's another one that's called everyone has a right to work and things like that. So, like, once you get over here, well, even before that, look into it. And for me, I actually want to go to Honduras to live over there. But I'm not in any condition to survive. I mean, here I survive because I have a lunch lady wife, you know. She brings food from the cafeteria. They're going to throw it away, so she brings it here. Lasagna, that was pretty good yesterday. Oh, with the green beans, I just put them in the blender and put a couple of bananas and milk, and I take care of that. But I really don't like the sweet green beans that she brought. I haven't even tasted them. I'm like, sweet? Nah. She says the kids eat them at school, but I don't. They're not supposed to be sweet. I mean, I put bananas to make them sweet so I could drink them, but Bruce Lee used to do that stuff, by the way. He used to blend a whole bunch of different eggs and things into the blender and make his own, what is it, a protein shake or something. Everybody's weird somehow. Enjoy your life. Be better than I am. Talk to you later.